There I am. Good evening, people. This is Jarvis Cocker on Tactical Devils. Sorry for being late. I just did the stream on United Real Therapy with Nuruddin and the guys. So now we're ready for the tactical breakdown on Tactical Devils. Yes. And while you are here, smash the like, subscribe, and share the stream to everyone who could be interested in tactics, because this is primarily tactical breakdowns. I won't talk about Rashford and slander and stuff like that. This is the pure football talk for footballing nerds as me. So let's just get at it right away. I have to rearrange my my browser because I just did the stream. So let's see. Here we have the tactical board, always as we like to start with. So guys, this is the tactical board. This is the team. We have a Bayındır in goal. We have Martinez. We have Lindelof, central defender. Yoro, Ugarte, Eriksson, Dalot, and Masraoui, full wing backs. Anthony started as right-sided number 10, or I would say the half space players, and Bruno and Højlund up top. Spurs, they started with Forster in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Forster, Dragostin, Grace, Benz, Bissouma, Sarr, Kulusevski on the right, Madison centrally, Son and Solanke. But what Spurs like to do, usually when they attack, Kulusevski roams more centrally. Madison drops in this pocket because this is where he finds space. Son moves up a little bit, and Pedro Porro goes a little bit higher. So they don't play in a 4-2-3-1. They interchange and shift the formation a lot of the time, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for us. What I can see in from us, I have to admit I didn't see the first 15 minutes because of the Norwegian provider of the Premier League are bottlers, and something was wrong with the game, so they didn't show it the first 15 minutes. So big up for paying 80 pounds a month subscription. Let's see. I want to say hi to the people in the chat before we go on. We have Rush Mono in the house. He comes in and say boom. And Daddy B is in the house as always. Curb your damn enthusiasm. Big up Jarvis. This is Sean. Big up Sean. Nice to have you on the show. Chiku and Levani is in the house. Big up Levani. And Box is here. Who else is the Abdi Lee Bax? Sorry for slating your name. And John Simlock, as always. Big up, John. He say, finally, the tactical breakdown. Please calm us down. We need it. Yeah. Well, I will try as good as I can. We can just jump straight to it and go to the first instance that I showed you guys on United Real Therapy for those who came from there. This is what I talked about the first half. I was really happy about the press play. You see us pressing, and Spurs are playing out from the back. Højlund is applying pressure from the right side. He tries to lock them on to their left side. You see Anthony is pressing their fullback, and Eriksson is keeping control of the central player dropping down. So we are good in this position. Anthony sprints up and applies pressure right away. Makes it difficult for the defender because now you see he's trapped, he's alone, and he's surrounded by United players. So this is how I like to see the press play. So he has only one option, and that is to hoof it long, and this is exactly what he does. So in the next instance, you see what we saw against the Manchester City game. Our center backs, extremely aggressive. This is Martinez, the blurry guy, and he goes full in, really high up, applying pressure, wins the ball, gives the ball to Bruno on his left. So Bruno receives the ball, and in this corner you see Dalot coming for the overlap in full sprint. So we created a big chance on this. Dalot gets the ball, and now we do the cutback because you see we have both Anthony and Højlund in the middle, and they are running towards the goal, so it opens up a space because all the Spurs players are in panic mode and sprinting back. And here you see Eriksen all by himself, and this is a really good chance, and I think maybe we should have scored this chance. Eriksen gets the shot, but the Spurs defender blocks it, and Forster wouldn't have saved it, so it was a good and a big chance. Okay, and we come in with a couple of comments. You say Rashmano, he missed Maguire and De Ligt. I think, but as Box say, silly errors cost us. Cut them out, and we are much better. And I agree. I think today we saw a little bit weakness in our personnel. I think we could have done better. 19 people watching at the moment, guys. We are 11 on YouTube and 8 or 9 watching on X. So smash the like and please share and subscribe. So now that was said, let's go back to the game. Next chance, you see here, it's our press play again. Forster has the ball. We are applying pressure. So you see Højlund coming from an angle from this side. So we are trying to lock them down. You see here they play from on their left. We are a little bit slower. I think Eriksen should have been more aggressive, but you have one player, and that's Superman himself in the central area, super aggressive. You see here, I think it's I think it has to be yeah, well, who is it? It's Madison. Yes, it's Madison. Madison take a look over his shoulder, so he knows Ugarte is there at the instance, and he knows what to do. But Ugarte is really aggressive. Madison receives the ball, but in this instance, I see a big space here. As we talked about the centre backs being aggressive enough, or maybe Eriksen should read the situation better and been a little bit deeper in this instance. So we had cover for Ugarte. The ball goes past Ugarte, and look at Ugarte's instant reaction. He's really frustrated by this, and we have a big gap opening here. And you see all our centre backs, especially Lindelof. He just sits there. He don't have the courage to push up in this instance, as I think he should have had. We saw it against Manchester City. So again, look at Ugarte's reaction on this. So Ugarte does one thing and Lindelof does another thing. So this was our problem today. I think we were a little bit disjointed because some of our players are not used to play in this system. Players like Amorim, like Lindelof, like Eriksen, they're not fully integrated, and I don't think they have the talent and the mentality as we hope for. Next instance, it's Lenny Yoro here. Lenny Yoro was excellent today. How he played out from the back as the right center back, wide center back. He's the playmaker, and I think he found a lot of good passes through the line. And here you see again breaking the lines to Masraoui, who turns with the ball. Masraoui did what we did a lot of the time in the first half and the second half. We shifted play from one side over to the other side, and we had Dalot as a free player always, because when you play on one side, the opposition team they play compact and they move over to the side, the ball side, just to call it that. So Dalot receives the ball, plenty of space. Same problem as against Manchester City. It takes a little bit too long on the ball because he's he plays with the wrong foot on the left side. Only Højlund in the middle, but he finds Eriksen because Eriksen likes to come in late. Eriksen sees the space, make a cutback. Eriksen makes a feint and jumps over the ball, and the ball goes to Antony. But we know Antony can't shoot, so I wouldn't say this is a really big chance. But if it been someone else than Antony, it would have been a big chance. So again, I like what we do. We shift play. We play out from our wide center backs. we break the lines, shift the ball over to the other side, and we wait and play cutback passes. So we did it several times, and we created chances. So guys, I don't know what you're saying. Are you agreeing or do you disagree on my tactical breakdown? So get your comments in, and yeah, Brushmano says Ericsson makes me nervous when he plays. He's only a 30-minute impact sub for me, and I think you are spot on. That's 100% correct, and this is how I also see Ericsson, because I think he don't have the legs anymore, and he can't shift his pace from just jogging to really accelerating, and I think we need that. You see Ugarte, really good press player in small spaces. You know, he can move 5, 10, 15 yard like this, boom. But Ericsson, he moves like slug sometimes. He's too slow. He is brilliant. He's brilliant footballing IQ, but I think his time is gone. Levani comes in and say fair enough, and curb your damn enthusiasm. Sean say the bench players need this time to get used to the system, a catch-22. And yeah, I agree. It's most likely Amorim's catch-22. We need to utilize our squad. And again, we had a new injury on Lindelof. Last game we had on Mason Mount. So we know we have to rotate. This squad is very fragile when it comes to injuries. So I think he's doing the right thing, and we need this squad because we have a lot of games. We are still in the Europa League, FA Cup, and the league. So will be a lot of challenges going forward. Levani comes in with a great question and say, why play Ericsson in a double pivot? Yes, that's a good question. I was actually thinking the same. Why didn't he play Bruno in the double pivot with Ugarte? I think they have worked well together, and Ericsson a little bit higher as the number 10, but he didn't. So maybe a little tactical mistake from Amorim, but maybe he just wanted to try and see if Ericsson could do it. But maybe we should have played Casemiro. I don't know why Casemiro didn't start it today. If any one of you guys have heard anything, seen any comments, anything from the club, please let me know in the chat. But this was a game for Casemiro, I believe. I think we should have been better in that midfield. Maybe he sees it too defensively with the two number 6s, but yeah, it's the way. It's the way I think. Let's see. Next instance, you see the shot goes way over. I don't know what I have here. Yeah, this is the aggressive press. You see, we fully commit when we press. Here you see we go man all over. We go really aggressive. Spurs are struggling. We are fighting for the ball, dueling. And when they play the ball up, you see we sprint back with full force. The players are really, really working hard. And here you see, I think it's Lindelof doing what the central centre-back should do. So again, it wasn't all bad with Lindelof, and this is a good job from him. And we win the ball again because we are aggressive. And the good thing is when we win the ball this high up the pitch and we have a lot of players, it's easy for us to create chances. So this is good. I liked our press play in the first half and the second half. Let's see. This is the end of the first half. We have a throw-in. Again, you see us throwing the ball backwards when we have a throw-in, just to control possession. This is who is it? Is it yeah, it's Johnny Evans who came on. Johnny Evans plays the ball. No, it's Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro plays back to Masraoui. Masraoui gives the ball to Anthony. If you go back again, you see here Anthony dropping for the ball. This was actually quite good from Anthony, one of his best cameos in this game. He dropped, receives the ball, and Anthony's strength is good. Very press resistive. You see he's under pressure from two guys. He's not panicking, keeping his cool, and he ended by flicking it with his heel to Masraoui. and that created a good chance, and they played over the press of 2 Spurs players. So in the next instance, you see here Masraoui sprinting, carrying the ball forward as Amorim like, ball carrying. So the next instance, Anthony comes back into the picture again, wins the ball, and shift the ball over to Dalot. Dalot was always the spare man. Here you see Dalot again, and I think this is a good thing, but we need to improve on Dalot. He's not good enough as the left wing back. Dalot receives the ball again, cut back pass to Eriksson, comes in late as always, big chance to score. He shoots, and the Spurs defender saves it. I think he blocks it in this instance. So I could see repetitive patterns all the time, how we played. Play on one side, shift the ball, carry the ball, shift the ball over to the other side. Dalot is the free man, move in. Anthony and Højlund pushes the defense in the wrong goal, and Eriksson comes for the cutbacks. Actually quite good, brilliant tactically, and we could see it over and over. I think this was the third instance, and it happens a lot of the time in this game. So I don't know if you guys like this kind of football, but I think this is the way forward, and I can see the pattern, always repetitive. And I think also Amorim tried to exploit, because they have Pedro Porro, and Pedro Porro, he moves. He don't play as a right fullback. He plays as a right winger. So there were space to exploit in that area. We have Rich in the house coming in and say, United TV, guys, go subscribe to United Big TV. And Rich, he say, big up, guys. So good to have you on, Rich. Yeah, we lost the game, so it's just the way it is. Rosmano again, they say we need to miss a man out sometimes in our passing, gives ourselves time on the ball. Yes, I agree. Well observed. Okay, next instance. I don't know what I have, because I took so many pictures. Yeah, this is the Spurs first goal in the 14th minute. Again, they don't play us out. This is a set piece situation. We know we struggle on set pieces and corner kicks. It's Madison plays the ball to Son. Son keeps the ball, plays it back again to who is it? Is it Sar or Bissouma? Bissouma. Bissouma receives the ball, and here you see Pedro Porro is the free man wanting the ball. But we are just sitting back in this instance. It's very hard to be aggressive. The only player who's aggressive is Ugarte. The Porro receives the ball. He takes a shot, but you see the distance from Pedro Porro to the goal. Shouldn't be a problem for a good goalkeeper like Bayındır. He's the number 1 goalkeeper in Turkey. So his save was dreadful. It's okay not to keep the ball, because that was it was speed on that kick from Pedro Porro. But as a goalkeeper, you don't want to give the rebound into the box. You have to push it outside to the left, and it was a big mistake, I would say. And here you see Solanke reacts as a poucher, as a striker. He's first and scores on that goal. You see it here from another position. Pedro Porro receives the ball. It's not an offside, because I think it's Lenny Euro. You see his foot is inside the box, 18-yard box line, and this is Solanke. At the moment the shot goes. So even without VAR, it was the right decision. Bayındır fumbling the ball, and Solanke is the first man. So again, set pieces. I think we have to improve on this. We can't concede 1 to 2 goal every game on set pieces and corner kicks. So now we are at the start of the second half. We are in control of possession. Spurs are pressing us. You see they're angling the run. I think it's Evans plays the ball out it's Euro plays the ball out to Masraoui. Masraoui receives the ball. He tries to carry it up the pitch. Ericsson, he reacts a little bit too slow. If I was Ericsson, I would, if it was me, I would like to go a little bit closer, to close in, because we have seen this, especially in the first games of Amorim, Bruno and Ahmad playing really close together when we try to play out on the side, because it's so easy to make combination play. But the space from Ericsson is not good enough in this instance. So Masraoui, he doesn't have many options. So Masraoui, he turns with the ball, plays it back again. And that was not a good move, because you see here Spurs 1, 2, 3 players surrounding him. So it leaves him out of options. He has to play it long. And you see here Ericsson, he didn't move enough as the number 8. He plays the ball high. The Spurs win the ball back again in a good position with a lot of people high up the pitch. But they were a little bit lucky, because what he did, this guy, I don't know who it is, when the Spurs play, when he won the ball, he carried the ball inward into the space. So we carried it in like this, and all of our players were surrounding him. So we were actually in control at this instance. Look at him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 players surrounding him. And he tried to pass the ball to the other side. Bruno deflected it, and it was a kind of a ping pong move, and the ball luckily ended up in Spurs' feet again. So they continued their attack, played it out on the side. I think it's Pedro Porro. No, it's the other fullback. And the cross came, and again the cross came in front of Martinez. Martinez is here, so the cross came here, and Martinez moved down here, and it hit Martinez's heel and bounced back into the feet of Kulusevski. So again, a lot of coincidence on this goal. Not a good attack from Spurs, I would say. So Kulusevski were free because of all this bouncing, and they scored a goal. So they were 2-0 up right away at the beginning of the second half. So dreadful start on the second half, but we didn't drop our head. I think we tried, and I think Spurs scored against the play. I think we were the better team. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yeah, United TV. Rich come in and say Onana not good enough for Manchester United, in my opinion. Yeah, well, at least he's better than Bayındır, because Bayındır had a dreadful game today. But yeah, Danny B comes in and say Onana, I agree, needs to sold Vitek. Give Vitek a chance, Rich. Yeah. Rade Vitek, I think he's a good goalkeeper. He's on loan in the Bundesliga still, or yeah. So, but I wouldn't talk about Onana. I think Onana has been good this season, but Bayındır, he spoiled his chances. I think it will be a long time until we see Bayındır between in the goal next time. Okay. Let's see, what do I have next? Yeah, this one is good. Yeah, it's the Spurs' third goal. I don't know what to say about this. Again, I would say it's a little bit dreadful, because here you see Spurs playing out from the back. I think it's Anthony pressing, and then you see Ericsson out here. And again, you see the way Ericsson runs. You see moves really slowly. As I showed you in from the first half, how Garte really pushes out. He pushed out on Madison when he threw his arms up in the air. But now you see again Ericsson moving way too slow, and we're not applying pressure. This is Ericsson and the Spurs player. So this is what we are talking about in the United Real Therapy stream. If we are going to be aggressive, if we are going to be really aggressive, that's okay. Then we can play with the high line. But if we don't apply pressure on the ball carrier, we have to do one thing, and that is to drop. We have to drop our defense, because the space here is way, way, way too big. You can even see here Solanke pointing where he wants the ball. He sees this as a great opportunity, and we don't have pressure on the ball carrier. Eriksson, where are you? You moving too slow. So this is dreadful from Eriksson, and you know Eriksson, he loses his leg, and this is in the 53rd minute, and his legs are gone. So we have a lot of time on the ball, the Spurs player, and you see we play with a really risky high line as Manchester City did against us. I don't like it. The player should have read the situation because we don't have pressure. The ball comes over our defense. Martinez tries to drop down, but Solanke, he knows how to run. He's a quick player, pacey player. So Solanke has the ball, and the Martinez, he comes back, but when you sprint, you're not in balance, and you are easily overplayed. So Solanke takes the ball, cuts in, take the shot, and scores. So again, I think it's about our midfielders, Eriksson, and our presser and the high line. And also Danny B comes in, Evans in the high line. It's dodgy. Yes, yes, it is. But as we know, when we play in the back three, we saw Maguire last game against City playing really aggressive in the back three high line. So it shouldn't be a problem. Rushmana comes in and say, smash a like for Jarvis. Thank you, Rushy. And Abdi comes in and say this was poor. Yes, it was really poor. It was poor, and I think Amorim, when they will analyze the game afterwards, will take a good look at this situation, and they won't be happy because something has to give. You either press full on or you drop your back line. You can't do. So you catch my drift. Chiku comes in with a question and say, what do you think about Lindelof's cameo, Jarvis? He didn't seem that comfortable as central center back, but this was his first start. Lol. Yeah, Chiku, I think you're right. I'm not entirely impressed by Lindelof. I don't think he fully understands. And I showed you from the first half, he should maybe have applied pressure when Ugarte was pressing, and but he did sometimes, and I think just it's a switch of mentality because he's been used to playing under other managers, and this is a new setup from Amorim. So Lindelof, he played with Amorim in Benfica, and I think he's a good player, but for me, I think he's too weak. He's not strong enough, and I would like to see more aggression from him. So I will be happy when we come to the summer and Lindelof's contract runs out. I would say goodbye and good luck, and I won't look back. Rashmano say just average Lindelof, and Abdi says this was his last game. I don't know. Has there been any updates on his injury? It didn't look good. He didn't look happy when he walked out. Danny B comes in and say Sverre Nypan to replace Eriksson, Jarvis. He brings more energy, and Sverre Nypan is a fantastic player. I would say. I'm Norwegian, yes, so I'm biased, but what have seen from him so far, I think is really good. He's really good with both feet, and he's intelligent. He's really good, and he's good at ball carrying. So I think that's the main thing coming into an Amorim system: ball carrying, press resistive, intelligent. Do you know any other players we have in this team who's that? Ahmad? So yeah, I think Sverre Nypan could be a fantastic signing for us. And by the way, Sverre Nypan today on the 19th of December is 18 years of age, so now he's allowed to sign. And the Norwegian broadcaster Stefan Iversen, journalist from the local newspaper of Rosenborg, said that the deal was done. So I think he's joining us. That's just my thoughts, but I have no insight, nothing. This is just my speculations. And if you want to know more about Nypan, go to Mick Ruby's channel, MUFC Realist TV, and check out his video on Nypan that came out this morning. It's an excellent video, really in-depth analysis of the young Norwegian. So yeah, and Danny B says, yeah, I talked about Nypan last year. Jarvis, yeah, you did. He's good. He's a massive talent. I would actually put him in almost the same bracket as what's that name of the guy who plays at PSG? That young guy, João Neves. I think he's almost as big as a talent as João Neves, but people hasn't heard about him because he plays in the Norwegian Eliteserien, or the Premier League, as I can say. So yeah, Sverre Nypan. Danny B says excellent dribbling IQ. And the United Football Way comes in and say Nypan and Nusa would be great. Yeah. Nusa is the guy I've been talking about for a couple of years now. I think he's fantastic. He was the youngest player ever scoring in the Champions League for Club Brugge a couple of years ago. And he's more of a flair player, I would say. Like I sometimes compare him to Neymar with his dribbling, really good close control. So yeah, if you don't know Nusa, check out Nusa. I think he plays for Leipzig and plays for the Norwegian national team. I think he's been really good. Yeah, let's go back to the game and see what more footage do I have here. Yeah, this was the shot taken. Let's see, what do I have here? Yeah, it's our press play. It's 3-0. You see here, this is before our first goal. Josh Xerxes came on, and he pressed really good today. I liked what Josh Xerxes did, and now you see him pressing really hard on the goalkeeper. And we know Forster is not good with his feet, and he was slow. So in the next instance, you see he really applies his pressure. He doesn't stop. He comes in full sprint. And also you can see our defensive play here. The two DMs of Spurs are under pressure from Bruno and Kobe Mainu. And I think Kobe Mainu coming on made it everything much more solid in the central area of the midfield and our press play. I think when we subbed Eriksson, I think that was one of the key moments of the game for us. He tries to play it centrally, but you see here that we are overloading Spurs in the central area. Ugarte reading the situation, always aggressive. Kobe, Mainu, and Bruno, all three of them on the two DMs of Spurs. We win the ball. Ugarte, 100% fully committed, come in. You see how close he is to the ball and wins the ball for us. Big situation. The ball goes out to the left. Bruno wins it. It goes down to Dalot. Dalot crosses it into the box. And this is the Josh Xerxes header. It should have been a goal. It was a brilliant save from Forster. He made a Gordon Bank-esque save, throwing himself almost on the post. But a good save, and yeah, it was a warning sign for what was to come. And in the next instance, you see again Josh Xerxes coming in with really aggressive press play, and he always press in the right angle aggressively. And this is what I like to see. We have actually learned to press under Amarim. We didn't used to do it with Rashford before, straight on, even with Højlund. But now we think when we press. Spurs plays the ball back to Forster. Forster is extremely dodgy on the ball with his feet. Plays the ball. You see he has the dilly-dallies. He uses way too many touches, and he plays the ball out to the right centre-back of Spurs. But Bruno reads the situation. If I go back a little bit, you see here already Bruno is sniffing it out. He understands what is going to happen. And he applies pressure, wins the ball, and you see Xerxes all alone in front of the goal. Brilliant from Bruno and Xerxes. The ball goes into Xerxes in the central area, and Xerxes scores the open goal. So can look like a coincidence. It can look like a howler from Forster. But for me, I think it's the way we press. We press really well. So our press play has really improved on the Amarim. So guys, I don't know what you think about this first goal. Yeah, I see Lavani comes in and says Xerxes did not put enough on that header. Yeah, but it was a brilliant save. So yeah, you got to give it to him. Brilliant save. And yeah, I see here Lavani say a proper striker jumps and generates power on that header. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it was a good header. And Chiku comes in and say, yes, definitely our team press improved. And Danny B comes in and say, best I've seen us press. And Nash, big up Nash, M87 is in the house. He say, amazing that players who press get rewarded. Yes, it's an important thing. And I think we were brilliant today in our press play. So sadly we lost, but again, you see the small details, and I see repetitive patterns under Amarim. So this look good going forward. Let's see what else do I have here. Yes, this is the 2-1 goal again. Ahmad chasing the ball, and we know Ahmad, he's also brilliant and he's so quick. You know, it must be dreadful having the ball in your feet and you see Ahmad coming towards you in a full-on sprint, and he's so balanced. Forster again dodgy on the ball. Ahmad sprints full on. Forster tries something dodgy, but Ahmad comes in with a sliding tackle, wins the ball and scores on the deflection. So again, brilliant from our players reading the situation, understand, because I'm not sure if Amorim told the players to press Forster particularly because he's bad with his feet, or this is just what the players picked up during the game and understood that he was a nervous wreck, and there were just one way to go at it. Yeah. So the United Football Way say, yeah, Xerxes has to work better with his chances. Yeah, he's been too wasteful. That's been one of his problems. And Nash comes in and say, my buddies who support Liverpool texted me saying, I wish we had Ahmad. The kid is our future. Yeah, 100%. Ahmad, what a player. I want to call him Amadonna all the time. I've been actually trying to tell my son about him, because my favorite player, my son's favorite player is Garnacho. But I try to learning him about Ahmad, so he gets a little bit input. Every time Ahmad does something well, I say, yeah, look at Ahmad, look, and he scored. And today when and my son, he loves to slide tackle. You know, he's more of a defender, so I pointed at the TV. Look at Ahmad. He slide tackled, and Philip, as my son's name is, said, "Wow!" You know, his eyes was like opening. So yeah, it's the way. It's the way. You know, you gotta try to convince them when they're young to do the right choices. And you know, he's obviously a Man United supporter, the only guy in his class. Rest of them, Manchester City supporters. Nash, 100%. Purba is in the house. He comes in and say, howdy. Big up, Purba, big up. I'm glad you're in the house. Smash the like, Purba, if you haven't. Yeah, okay, let's go to the next situation. I think it's the third goal, if I'm not wrong. Okay, this is the 4-2 goal from Spurs. It's what was actually a good defensive job from Lenny Yoro, slide tackling Son. But unfortunately, Spurs got a corner kick from them. And we know us and corner kicks, it never ends well. So this is our setup. This is the second that Son smashed the ball into the box. And this is our setup. You see, we stand here with Sonal. We have man marking here and here. So the Sonal must be the two front guy and the back post, and most likely Johnny Evans. So we always play with a mix of man marking and Sonal marking. Garnacho and Ahmad is on the rebound area, defending. But again, Bayındır, look at his position, how he stands. He looks a little bit nervous. I think his plan is to go out and claim the ball. But Son smashes in a brilliant corner kick. I don't even see the ball in this picture. The quality on my photos are, yeah, okay, here's the ball. It goes in, and you see here Bayındır totally bottles it, and they score. But when you see it from another angle, because Bayındır was really frustrated, he was doing like this, and we knew something was going on. But unfortunately, there is no VAR in the League Cup, so here you see it from a different angle. Bayındır goes up, and you see this guy, the Spurs sub. I think he's Swedish. I can't remember his name at the moment. He goes in, and this is the thing. Look at his arm. He's holding Bayındır's arm because Bayındır is backing and trying to get his arms up. He's not fully in control of the situation, but it 100% affects the situation for Bayındır. Is it enough to disallow the goal, or yeah, here you see it even better. You see, he can only get one arm up. And he's almost like tries to throw his arms away from the Spurs player, and he can't get his arms up. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think the goal should have been disallowed? Oh, didn't I show you the pictures? Fudge. Sorry, because I have to go to another screen. Let's go back. Yeah, Bagball. Yeah, that's the name. Okay, I will just go quick through it again. So here you see the corner kick goes. Lenny Euro wins the corner kick. Son is taking the corner. You see us setting up in a zonal man marking mix. The corner kick goes. Bayındır misread the situation as it first looks. Bayındır shouts, and now you see the from this angle you see here clearly holds his arms down, so he can't get his arms up and I don't know, smash the ball away from the goal. And here you see it better. It really affects his ability to take the ball. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think it's should have been disallowed or not? Vera Lavender comes in and says, yeah, they definitely cheated. And Abdi says he was holding his arm. Yeah. So definitely a foul from Danny B. and Box comes in, and I agree with you, Box. I think this is a good comment. It was soft, but it's a foul. I've seen Maguire have about 5 goals chalked out because of the same thing ever since VAR was introduced. So yeah, it's a good comment, and absolutely an obstruction, yes. And Roshmano says it was disallowed. Yes, it should have been. So yeah, it affected the game. So for me, yeah, but I didn't see it at first. But you saw Bayındır's reaction, 100%. So this is the last goal of the game. We are in the 93 minutes and 45 seconds. There were 6 added minutes. And by the way, I think the referee should have given us some extra time. I think the referee on extra time did whatever he could just to see out the game. He was holding the goalkeeper back to sprint down into the box to drop the ball to the goalkeeper and bullshit like that. So yeah, the PGMOL needs to work on the game. But again, I think he did well in the game. It was refreshing to see a game without VAR, and I think the referee actually did good decisions. And some situation don't go our way, but that's just the way football is. The goalkeeper comes in from Bruno. The goal kick comes in from Bruno. You see here Johnny Evans moves out, making way. And you see in the next picture again, The ball comes into the box. Johnny Evans is using his arms to protect his area. Great from Johnny Evans. He's a good player, and he heads the ball, and it goes into the goal, and we scored a goal. So it was 3-4. But it wasn't more time left, so the game ended. Yeah, okay, we can see it from another angle. You see here Johnny Evans winning the header and scoring the goal. So again, we lost the game 4-3. So I don't know. Is there any talking points to talk about this game? For me, I think from a tactical point of view, I think we had the game in our hand. We should have scored. Interestingly enough, I think we controlled the game. And if you look at the stats, let's just go at yes. If you look at the stats, where is it from the overall? So here's the top stats from the game. Let me just enhance it for you guys to see. Scroll up a little bit. So here it is. So this is the stats you see here. XG, expected goals. It's 0.67 to Spurs, and we had 2.56. So in a way, you could see we dominated. They had 9 shots. We had 20 shots, 6 on target from Spurs and 5 on target from us. But I think we were better. We had good chances. You saw all the cutbacks. It's not on target because the shots were blocked. I think there were big chances. You had also one deflection from Ahmad that went just outside the post. So I think, and I think Masraoui had one that was outside. So we had a lot of good chances, but maybe we should have done more, even scoring 4 and 5 goals on the amount of big chances we had. And you see the XG is 2.56. Accurate passes 83%, 81% from them. You see here the ball possession 54% for us and 54 for us and 46 for them. So yeah, and this is all our shots. If you see here, we have a lot of shots outside the box, and this is all the cutbacks, I would say. And we produced a couple more chances, but we scored from inside the 6-yard box. So yeah. Is there any more interesting stats to take from this? XG open play, we should have scored 2. They were on 0.3, so yeah. Tackles, there's not much to look at. Besides this, let's just go to this, and this is Ugarte. I would point out Ugarte for me as one of the best players on the pitch. 7 tackles, 1 intercepted, 3. I think it's a massive force in the midfield. Same with Masraoui. Not Masraoui's best game, but he influenced the game in a big way. And I think Kobe Mainu was really good coming on. So we know our best players when they are playing. I think we have a good team, but we lack a little bit in squad depth. So let me read through some comments before we wrap up the show. Let's see here. Danny B comes in and say the common denominator again. It's just lacking concentration and individual errors, not taking our chances. And I totally agree. I think you are 100% spot on, Danny B, as always. And Burba agrees with you and say our Achilles heel. Yeah. Nash M87 says if Amarim could learn from these last few games, it's that he can sub well and change the game. Yeah, I agree. He is really good on his in-game management. He said maybe get them on sooner, likely at halftime. Remember West Ham did that on Erik ten Hag last game. Yeah, I agree. Maybe he should react a little bit, but I think he tries to not expose the players with too many minutes. I think we really rely on players like Ugarte, like Masraoui and Mainu and Bruno. I think those players are really vital. So we just need to rotate to keep them fresh. Who do we have here? We have Ente Zimba. Ntaya Simba. You say, big up Jarvis, hope you're good. I'm happy with the performance, but this squad needs investments to see the best of the manager's system. And I think you are spot on. That's 100%. And I think you are right. This is nothing more to say. I think you summed it up perfectly. We have a January window coming up. There's rumors about the Sverre Nypan, but for me, I think we need a left fullback in as soon as possible, or a wing back in as soon as possible. I think Dalot really affects our game and our attacking play. I think with a proper left wing back, we should have scored even more goals and get better chances, because we produce again and again and again open play chances for Dalot to really smash those crosses in front of the box and get us goal, or carry the ball, or dribble the ball, or cut in, or whatever you want to do, but do something, do better, and don't dilly-dally, take the ball down on your left foot and give it to your right foot and then cross, because it's the wrong angles. Sometimes have the guts, cut down to the line and cross in front of the goal. Lavani says, I like Kobe cameo. Yeah, Kobe was excellent in the second time. And Rushmano comes in and say, great show, Jarvis. Yeah, great point, Jarvis. Thank you. You know, I really appreciate all the support you guys give me in this channel. You know, I'm just starting up. This is, it's been a week, and I started up the first stream last Wednesday. And now we are about 40 people in the house, 16 on YouTube, and all the best guys are here. Great comments. I love the football knowledge from you. And yeah, I can't say it enough. I really appreciate you guys coming in and helping me out, because I want to get this channel going, and I want to create a environment where we can talk football, talk about tactics, and really go into the depth of football. This will not be the channel that will try to trigger your emotions and talk about slander and rumors about players and photo models and underwear and social media. You know, it's all about football. So it's good. I'm glad to have you here. Burba comes in and says, such a great atmosphere. Yes, it is. But it's not me, it's you guys. So appreciate it. So just keep tuning in, smash the like, subscribe, and hopefully I will have time to do another stream and really go into this game. And we most definitely need to do a Bournemouth preview and a Bournemouth breakdown afterwards. So guys, stay tuned, and see you on the next. Have a good one. Bye-bye.